Hey everyone, guess who's back? It's Kamish, back here with, you guessed it, game previews. So excited for the season to start. Preseason finally over. You saw the matchups, let's get right into it. First one there, it's a South Division battle, two new owners. Danny and Alright, it's taking on Mark and LOC Commander. In this one, you know, it's two owners looking to make their stamp in the LOC and looking for their first W, and it's a huge divisional matchup, so should be a fun one to watch. Staying in the South, you know, you got myself, the Kamish, taking on Luke and Too Good for a Name. Star's the heavy favorite in this one, and you know what, Luke, you're an old rival, and because of that, I'm going to start RG3 against your Eagles. That's how confident I am. I'm going to go with my team versus your team, and I'm going to take you down week 1. The next game, interdivisional matchup, Joshua Cry Phoenix taking on Ron and Steel Curtain. Should be a good one here. Both teams have a full complement. I respect both of these owners. Really great additions to the LOC. I'm interested to see who comes out on top in this one, so that should be a good one to watch. Next up, we go to the North Division. Mike and the CDC taking on Lucas and Green Lightning. You know, Mike said, why are we in the same division year after year? Well, this is why, Mike. Looking at it, Lucas destroyed you last year. Mike got the better of Lucas in 2014. It's the rubber match. It's a rivalry. You know, looking at the career records, Lucas, a career record of 1-7 versus the North Division. Just awful. Not going to win a division title that way. Mike, not much better, 2-6. So, again, these divisional matchups are huge. It's just like the real NFL. You've got to try to win your division first. Next up, speaking of that division, the North Division, we got the two previous champions battling week 1. It's Chris and True North taking on Milan in the 6. What a matchup this is going to be. Both teams have a career record of 6-2 versus the North Division. Chris actually swept the division in 2014. And guess what? It's the rubber match. Chris beat Milan in 2014. Milan squeaked out a win last year by less than 9 points over Chris and True North. So this is going to be a great one to see where these teams are at. Next up, West Division matchup. Suze and Fighting Geese takes on Gwevin and Monsters of the Midway. Gwevin, high pressure, 10-2 career or projected record by the Kamish, best record. So we'll see if he can handle that pressure. We'll take on Suze, who's had an awful preseason. Bridgewater went down, and then obviously Forsett released. Charles still hurt, so it should be interesting to see how Dak Prescott does for Geese in a desperate trade there. Next up, we got what was supposed to be the rematch of the third place game. It's Krista and Storm versus Brandon and Chronic Master Deflator. We know Falcon Power got removed due to inactivity, so this game's kind of lost its luster a bit because Brandon wasn't here last year. But he's still a great owner, and I think it's going to be a decent matchup, and both teams are projected to do really well, so it should be a good one. Next up, huge East Divisional matchup. Robert and Templars, the defending champion in that division, will take on Sean and Haha Dix, who is projected to be this year's champion. I think this game's going to go a long way in determining who the champion will be. Robert is 5-3 career versus East Division. Sean 4-4 versus the East. And guess what? Another rubber match game. Sean beat Robert last year, but in 2014, Robert got the better of Sean. Again, I think it's going to be a huge game, and I'm excited to see who comes out on top in this one. Two original owners. Next up, yeah, the stinker of the week. It's back. You saw it. It's Steven in US1 taking on George in Pack Attack. For whatever reason, that East Division always churns out a couple of really awful teams. I think this is the same again for these two teams. But it is a rubber match game. Steven beat George last year. George beat Steven in 2014. And both of them have similar records against their division. Steven 4-4 and George 4-3. 4-3 because he joined the LOC in its first year in week 5, took over a defunct team. So again, stinker. I think these guys are going to be fighting for survival at the end of the year. And then last up, it's our game of the week, and you'll vote on the poll. It could only be dubbed the rematch. It's Ryan and Deuce Bombers versus Brian and 12th Man, West Division rivals, rematch of last year's championship. You know, a disappointing end last year for Ryan, 13-1 in the regular season, his first year in the LOC. Beat Brian in the regular season, but then ended up getting destroyed in the game that counts by over 50 points against Brian and the 12th Man. You know, for Brian and the 12th Man, ever since that infamous high steal, adding 385 points of Julio Jones's annual production. For last year, he, you know, finished second in 2014 championship last year. So obviously, you know, he made the right move in week 1, was able to score that deal, and basically both these teams kind of projected to go in opposite directions this year. But again, it's the rematch, and that's going to be the game of the week, and I'm excited to see who comes out on top. I hope you guys all enjoy week 1. I'm super excited to kick this season off, and I couldn't ask for a better group of owners, and good luck, everyone.